Welcome to UBC's Next Big Thing. I'm Rosemary Jean Thompson. With me today is master's student Jennifer Forsythe, and you are a student in biology.
Yes.
What is your research all about?
My research really focuses on ecology and specifically with plants and soil and how they interact. My master's thesis focuses in on something really specific, and it's a soil fungus called arbuscular mycorrhiza.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. Yes. Difficult for most people to say, for sure. So what it actually is a fungus that lives in the plant roots of many different types of plants. Over 80% of all the species of plants that live on the earth have this fungus, yeah. And what it actually does is it gives the plants nutrients, specifically nitrogen and phosphorus and other micronutrients like iron and zinc, in exchange for carbon. And this is basically how plants have evolved to live on land. So, yeah.
When you think of fungi, or when I think of fungi, I kind of think of mushrooms and sort of the traditional ones that you know we use for culinary purposes.
Mushrooms actually are a type of mycorrhizal fungi. They are a ectomycorrhiza. And so they are a different branch, not the branch that I study. The branch that I study doesn't have mushrooms or fruiting bodies. This fungus is really important because it can drive a whole bunch of different ecological processes like plant community structure, plant health. It can give plants resistance to drought as well as disease. It kind of determines what plants will settle in an area and will stay, and it can also affect the actual nutrient composition of plants.
Well, you've been doing this research for how long now?
2.5 years.
Okay, now it's actually opened up quite a bit of opportunity for you. So talk about some of those.
I was very, very fortunate to win a travel grant from the university, and I was able to go to India to present at the International Conference on Mycorrhiza. So this conference meets only every 3 years, and it's the conference on soil ecology and mycorrhizal studies.
So people all around the world are studying this particular type of fungi?
Yeah, so every big lab that studies this type of fungi were there at the conference. It was in New Delhi, and I was able to present my master's research. And I actually won the best graduate student presentation at the conference. So that was amazing, especially since I'm just a master's student. There was so many PhD students there, so it was really exciting.
Well, just having that opportunity to meet up with all these people from around the world that are studying the same thing that you're studying.
Yeah, it was really incredible to see all the different types of research that's going on. In particular, looking at research in parts of the world that we don't really get to hear a lot about in North America. Hearing from the students in India who are actually working on this and working to improve food quality and agricultural land in India for, you know, disadvantaged people was really interesting.
So this studying and this research has great impacts all around the world.
Yeah, it does. Even though it's really kind of unknown to the general public, it's very important for a lot of different things. My current research, it has lots of implications in restoration ecology, so restoring and conserving areas by using it as a natural fertilizer. As well, some of my past research branches in mycorrhiza looked at improving nutrient quality in plants. So using mycorrhiza as a fertilizer for crops in the third world with the hopes of increasing zinc, iron, magnesium, calcium, so that people were getting more healthy food. They weren't as malnourished.
So how would that be done? Is it that you find where it's growing and you start mixing it in other soils, or you
it's found in every soil in the world, but there's different species and they're in different proportions. So we're looking at if there is one species or one isolate of a species that provides these effects better than others, because it has been documented, and I also published a paper on this, that different species give different benefits to the plant. So some take more and give less, and others give a lot more and take less from the plant. So we kind of are looking for those ideal species that will give the most benefit to the plant. And so we tested a whole bunch of those species and looked at the increase in iron, zinc, magnesium. We looked at I think 12 or 13 micronutrients.
Wow. Now, what's a little closer to home, what are some of the benefits to this research, and is there an opportunity for that to be applied here locally?
Oh yeah, everywhere. You can, basically right now I'm working with an organic grain company in Armstrong looking at soil remediation using arbuscular mycorrhiza. So they have a problem with soil-borne diseases and things in organic agriculture because they can't spray or use chemicals. So arbuscular mycorrhiza are a really good way to improve soil quality and plant quality close to home. As well, the vineyards use it for inoculation. Almost every sustainable agrisystem uses it.
Well, all the best. You're almost finished your master's?
Yes, I am. Next semester I'll be defending. So
Excellent. Well, I wish you all the best on that. And
Great.
thank you for dropping by here and sharing your research with us.
Great, thank you for having me.
There we have it for this episode of UBC's Next Big Thing. Look forward to seeing you next time.